Jo, what impact would you say that the C20 had on the final communique from the G20 Leaders Summit?
I think we ended up with a surprising result, in fact. We think that the communique reflected more broadly a civil society policy agenda and our language use than we thought we were going to get, particularly important around terminology of inclusive growth and particularly around sustainable growth.
What value did you or your organisation derive from being a part of the C20 collaboration in Australia?
I think that having a civil society dialogue is a really important one. And it's important for a number of reasons. One of those is that it's the majority of people that get affected by the G20's decision making. It's everyday people, it's everyday citizens. And I think to have a representative group as part of that dialogue is really important. We can interpret the language of the G20, we can interpret the outcomes of the G20, but also we can engage in a conversation which brings meaning to the G20 itself on the issues that affect people on the ground. It's just very, very important that the G20 hear from a diversity of views and perspectives, other than traditionally a business group or a labour group. We fall somewhere in between. And it's really important that I think that the voices of the community are those best represented at the G20.
In 20 years' time, Australia will again host the G20. What advice would you give to the C20 organisers for the 2035 G20 in Australia?
I think that's a really, really important question. And I think that what I would advise a future C20 is to start early in making your arrangements, to be sure and to be broad about your representation, to as best as you can have a really good relationship with the government of the day. The G20 is seen to be an international dialogue about international issues, but as we know, all politics is local. And I think that the beauty of the C20 is its ability to have conversations at a local level, even though they're international issues being discussed. I think ensuring that you have good processes established about your dialogue are really, really important ones. A good connectivity with the community that you seek to represent, good engagement at an international level, so very broad representation, and I think just that ongoing concern about bringing to bear those important issues for civil society within that international context.